Hey, so version 1.3 firmware is now out for the SpecTracers. I'm just going to do a quick overview of the new features and settings. So the distances you can now change from 800, 700, 600 all the way down to 100 and then to 50 centimeters. So if you're working in a very small space, you can go up to 50 centimeters now. And in the settings, we now have tolerance, which I explained before, but again, this goes from 0 to 30 centimeters. So what that means is if you've got a red point, for example here, you've got a 30 centimeter tolerance past that and before that, so 60 centimeters in total. Say a base marker that's red is at 2 meters. If a yellow marker is at 2 meters and 30 centimeters and above, or 1 meter and 7 centimeters and below, then it will detect that that's a change. So that tolerance can now be changed, like I say, from 0 all the way up to 30 centimeters. Play audio, so you can turn the beep on and off. Flash red, so the outline of the radar and the bottom line that goes along the bottom of the radar, that flashes red when something is detected. You can turn that on and off. You can now change the radius of the points, so not the width of the lines or the width of the blip mode, which I'll show in a second, but just the point mode. You can change the radius of that. On 1 pixel it's just 1 dot. 2 pixels it's actually 4 pixels wide because it's the radius, and 3 pixels it's 6 pixels wide. And now we have this save images, which you can turn on and off. So it will do a sweep. If any changes have been detected within that full sweep, it will then save the image to your SD card, which I'll show in a minute. Okay, so if we go back to here and click on Run SpecTracer, when we click Go, so now it's calibrating. It says it's calibrating. You can see the size of the points are slightly bigger now. And let's just let that calibrate. Okay, so that's calibrated. So you can change this from point mode to line mode, so all of the points are all joined up. And now there's also a blip mode. So now we've got blip mode, and on blip mode it just shows any of the differences. It doesn't show the red baseline or the yellow markers over the top. Just anything that's different, you see. And now that it's detected something, as you heard the beep, you saw it go red, and that little break there, you see it kind of paused momentarily, that's it saving the file. So what I'll do now, I'll take the SD card out from here, I'll plug it into my computer, and I will show you what the images look like. What you've got to bear in mind is this is a small screen. It's only 320 by 240 pixels, so the images aren't big. They will be a lot bigger and better quality once this is connected to a phone app, and that will be in a major update which will be coming soon. So let's take the SD card out and plug it into the computer, and I'll show you what the images look like. Okay, so now on the SD card you will find that there's 2 folders, date time files and numbered files. In the date and time files, it will automatically create a folder for the date and then timestamp all of the images with seconds, minutes and then hours for a 24-hour clock. Now it will only save these images like this if the SpecTracer device is connected to the internet, as it uses a time server from the internet to get the date and time. If it's not connected to the internet, it will store files in the numbered files folder. So this was the latest image that was made just now in this video, and as you can see, it has saved the image with these changes that it had found during the sweep going from left to right. Okay, let's have a look at a few of these other images. So these are all point images. Yeah, you can see that there's some changes found. Have I got any line images? And here's a line image. Sometimes the measurements aren't 100% great. There is a strength value that the LiDAR sensor gives, and if that value is quite low, then it's a very weak measurement, and when that happens, no measurement will appear. As you can see here, there is no yellow line, and that's because it was a weak measurement, probably reflecting off a piece of glass or something like that. So it won't draw a line in there, it won't put the points in either. Okay, so that's the new file structure. Like I say, you've now got the 2 folders, date and time files and numbered files. Okay, that's everything for now. There will be a couple of other little updates, I'm assuming, any bug fixes and stuff that get found by you guys that are letting me know. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your help. The next major update will be version 2, coming in a couple of weeks, maybe mid-July, possibly 4 weeks time. And that will be the phone app that these connect to. Any questions, please get in touch. Great, see you in the next one.